What's going on, people? I'm Swavor, and this is Opinionated Facts. We're going to be talking about a couple of things today. I'm going to tell y'all who we have with us today. So we have Journey to Be Great, and that's CC, and we have Coco Love, and of course that's Corsi. So anyway, there's this woman. I got this from the shade. It reads: a woman wakes up from a 2-year coma and tells police that her brother is the one who put her there. I have gotten into it with my brothers before. I mean, we've had some pretty heated arguments, but I'm not I'm not sure if I would have done something to put them in a coma. Now, I wanted to get more information about this, so I wanted to read a little bit further to see exactly what happened. But he actually has been arrested so far and charged with that for attacking his sister. I want y'all to listen to this real quick, okay?
Okay. Jackson County woman has woken up after a 2-year coma and has identified the man who put her into the coma as her own brother. According to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, Wanda Palmer was hospitalized 2 years ago after being attacked and left for dead. When she woke up, Wanda identified her brother, Daniel Palmer, as the person who attacked her. Daniel Palmer has been arrested and charged with attempted murder and malicious wounding.
Okay, so what do y'all think about that?
First thing I'm thinking, because she was in a coma, so I'm thinking maybe there was some type of head trauma. So I'm just wondering, how are they sure in that it was actually her brother? Not saying that he didn't do it, but I guess just like, is there evidence also showing that he did do that? And does she remember everything that happened? Does she remember it clearly? I mean, of course, if, he is the person that did it, it's a good thing that he is being charged and held responsible. But I'm just wondering, as far as injuries and stuff, does she remember the situation exactly how it happened?
That was definitely something I thought about too. What were you about to say, Coco?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because I'm sure it must be something, I would hope, where they know for a fact that this is true. Because I mean, we are talking about someone that just woke up from a coma, so that would be my concern. Because what if he didn't? I don't know. We again, obviously, someone put her there. Or what if it was an accident, or I don't know. I mean, I guess if it was an accident, then he probably would have said or should have said something before she woke up. So it's cold-blooded though, if that is what actually happened. Like, he actually attacked her, left her there for dead, and then she's been in a coma for all these years, for these 2 years or whatever, and then he's just been living his life like normal. It's pretty cold.
All right, Coco. So what did you have?
I saw an article on CNN. I've seen it on a few other news sources as well. But basically, a 911 dispatcher is being charged with involuntary manslaughter because he refused to send an ambulance to help a woman. And this woman actually ended up passing away. So now this actually happened 2 years ago, as far as him refusing to send help. But it was in rural Pennsylvania. And his name is Leon Price. And he was charged with recklessly endangering another person, official oppression, and obstruction of the administration of law or other government function related to the July 2020 incident. Kelly Tinchinell, she called Greene County 911 emergency dispatch because she needed to get medical assistance for her mom. She was basically saying her mom was jaundiced and she was incoherent, and she was bleeding because she had a hole in her esophagus. So she was on the phone with Leon, and when he answered the call, she told him that her mother needed help. She also told him that her mom might refuse medical assistance, but obviously she needs it anyway. If she doesn't get any type of medical assistance, she may die. She said that to him. So she says that he allegedly told her that by her mother possibly refusing emergency assistance, that they would need to hang up and that she would need to call back from her mother's home to get assistance or whatever, because I guess he didn't want the ambulance or whatever to be sent out there and then be turned away. So it should be noted that the daughter didn't live with her mother or anything. And so when she was calling from where she lived, and she was on her way, basically. And so he was basically, I guess, trying to make sure that they wouldn't send 911 away or whatever. Well, I guess they didn't do that, and they didn't call back or whatever. And then the mother she did get assistance, but she ended up passing away the next day. And officials are saying that there was plenty of services that he could have sent to her, regardless of them being turned away or whatever. And he had no authority basically to make that decision. And so he turned himself in on June 29th and on these charges, and he was arraigned and released on $15,000 bail. So he can't actually enter what his plea is until the preliminary hearing actually starts, they went ahead and not guilty plea was automatically entered following the informal arraignment. So just based off of that information, what do y'all think? Like, do you think that he should be charged with that? Because this isn't the first time we've heard of like emergency dispatchers like refusing to send people aid.
He definitely should be held accountable. I mean, because again, that wasn't his call not to send anyone. You know, if someone calling for help, like that is what you're supposed to be doing. That's your job, to send help. So I'm still not really understanding why did he feel the need to not offer that assistance, which is what he was supposed to be doing.
I'm wondering that too. What made him feel like it wasn't that serious for him to send out some help? Like, I have a friend is a dispatch for 911, so I know sometimes it can be confusing just based upon some of the things that she tells me about. I'm not really sure why he didn't do that.
Right. And it's got to be really like, I mean, you think that if you could just call 911, you know, you hope that they obviously get there in time and everything, but you would never think that they would just flat out not send anyone, or sometimes not answer the phone, you know, all of that or whatever, or hang up on you.
So the caller, did they have to initially call back and get a different dispatcher to get help, or did it say?
It doesn't say in this article, so I'm assuming that's probably what happened, is that she ended up calling and just hanging up or whatever and getting someone else sent out there.
Well, not sure if you all seen it, but maybe a month or two ago, a picture went viral of a baby covered in tattoos. The mother, Shamika Morris, if I'm not mistaken, they're from West Palm Beach, Florida. And the mother, she obviously loves tattoos. And for whatever reason, she thought it would be a great idea to have her 1-year-old son covered in tattoos also. The tattoos are not real. They are temporary tattoos. However, a lot of people were just outraged that she has her son covered in tattoos, and she just thought this was a good idea to post on social media. She said, I've seen her on this show called My Extraordinary Fam. So she was talking about this situation. Her son has a TikTok. He has about 1.5 million followers. The name he goes by is Nugget World 561. So during this interview, she was talking about her son is sneakerhead. He has over 150 pair of Nike. And again, he's 1 year old. He's going to grow out of all these shoes, but that's what she has for him. Has a variety of outfits, gold chain. And she was just saying her 1-year-old son loves to dress up and loves the tattoos and all this stuff. Her 1-year-old. They also had her sister on there. She was just talking about her sister. What she was initially against her nephew having all these tattoos and stuff, but she realized that her sister is trying to build a legacy for her nephew, and she understands now, and she's okay with it. So as far as legacy goes, all these different pairs of Nike, all these different pairs of clothing and gold chain. I'm just curious exactly what type of legacy are you creating for your child? Because I mean, there was no mention about, maybe investing in some type of stock or real estate, maybe a business in the future to pass down to the child. But yeah, this is her idea of creating a legacy. So what are your thoughts?
I would love to hear from her on, like you said, how is that creating a legacy? Because I mean, what are they going to use all these shoes as collectibles or something? Like, I think she's a little mistaken on. I guess it depends on what your priorities are, but I still don't see how that could be any type of legacy. Now, of course, maybe if there's some type of income coming from his, you said it's a TikTok he has.
Yeah.
So maybe if there's some type, which I imagine if he has that many followers, it could be. So if there's some type of income or something that she's going to do with his TikTok, then I could see that. But just speaking on the part about him having all the tattoos, I believe I saw this post as well, and I disagree fully with that. Of course, I'm glad that they're temporary, else I'm pretty sure somebody would have called child services on her. I love tattoos, so I'm not saying tattoos are bad, but I feel like you're creating this image for your child at such an early age. I just don't think that. It's like she's trying to make him look like a rapper, like a Florida rapper. It's basically what I saw. And I just don't think that it is child appropriate whatsoever. And him being a sneakerhead, it's not possible.
At one.
He doesn't even know. Right. Yeah. It's all about basically your priorities being messed up is what this whole situation is screaming to me. So
Yeah, I just think it's all inappropriate. I don't know if it's necessarily fame, but I do think that she's probably more so concerned about the money, which I actually don't think is that uncommon. I think a lot of parents that have that opportunity to take advantage of that. And that's okay, I guess, if you're doing it in the right way, but I'm not sure if this is the right way because I'm wondering who gave her the idea. Like, I like tattoos. I don't have any, but I like them. But I don't know if I like them on a 1-year-old, even if it is a temporary thing. So that's my thoughts on that. As always, thank y'all so much for listening to us. Peace.